Okay, maybe news has taken over for you. Secondly, you tweeted this. This was on the 19th of March. New slang, you're Zimmermanning me equals you're killing me. That's a pretty serious, responsible piece of journalism, isn't it, Toure?
In the first days and the first weeks of the situation, what many people were doing, what I was trying to do in that, was to pile on and to say, hey, look, this guy is not doing the right thing. This guy has harmed somebody in our community. Some people misconstrued that, and I'm sorry about that. But this is an incredibly serious situation, and I understand.
So serious, so serious that you felt the need to do stupid jokes.
Well, I mean, again, you're showing that you don't really understand America, because what I was trying to do there.
No, I understand America very well.
Something that we might call the blues, we might call black humor, not African American humor, but black humor, dark humor. These are things that are common in America, that sort of bluesy laugh to keep from crying. Because once again, another black person who is unarmed and innocent and not doing anything wrong has been killed. And this is incredibly painful and goes back before you were born and before your father was born and before my grandfather was born. So these are things that hurt as an American very deeply, and you are too new to this situation to fully understand what's really going on here and what's really at stake for America.
What a load of fatuous nonsense you speak, Toure, don't you? You think you have the only right to speak about what's serious in America? You think that I don't have the right, as somebody from Britain who spent the last 6-7 years here, to address a story like this with the seriousness it deserves, with the responsibility? Yeah.
You have the right.
I have as much right as you do to have a comment on this.
Understand what's going on here.
What don't I understand?
Allows you to speak
about
our most
deal with this.
difficult and
What
painful
don't I
moments.
understand?
Please.
What don't I understand about
You're
America?
showing clearly you don't understand the depth of the pain in the American soul that is at play in this situation.
What a load of nonsense. Absolute nonsense. You clearly don't watch my show. You don't have to. No one's forcing you to. If you had watched my show, you'd have seen exactly the seriousness and responsibility that I brought to our coverage in the last week.
I'm not saying that you take
Zimmerman
this case
gave
lightly.
some fascinating new information.
I'm not saying you take this case lightly, but there are notes, subtleties, nuances. There's a depth of history within this that you can't possibly understand.
Do you believe that George Zimmerman murdered Trayvon Martin?
Yes.
So you've already tried him? You've convicted him?
Well,
you find him guilty of murder?
You asked me what I think.
And you called me?
I hear a 911 call.
You called me an irresponsible journalist?
I hear
really?
a 911
that is
call.
Professional?
I mean, a journalist does not
journalism
need to ignore
means
the
that you have
facts.
just...
Right? I mean, I hear a 911 call in which George Zimmerman is clearly showing repeatedly racist bias against a person who he does not know and has never seen before, and is pouring all these sort of stereotypes into this person. That's even before we get to Coon. They always get away, which is ridiculous because the jails are filled with millions of black men, but he thinks they always get away. He's up to no good. He's got his hands in his pants. He's on drugs. It's a 17-year-old boy walking down the street talking to his girl on the phone. None of those things are true. But he's already said all those things. And then we have the other 911 call, which I imagine will probably be extraordinarily damaging if we ever get to a court of law, where we hear someone screaming, which clearly sounds like a young boy and not a 200-something pound, 28-year-old man with a gun. A person, however, is screaming, there's a gunshot, and there's no more screaming. That sounds to me pretty damning, and it reminds me of the face of Emmett Till bashed in the coffin, where we see here's evidence of a black body being destroyed wrongfully, innocently, and the justice system, of course, not coming to his aid.
Well, I've raised many questions about the justice system, the legal process. As anyone who's watched the show the last week knows, what I haven't done is convict George Zimmerman because I haven't seen all the facts yet. You berate me for a lack of professional journalism. You've just said that you believe he murdered him. You have a very biased, one-sided opinion of this based on your assessment of the limited amount of facts that we have at our disposal. That is your prerogative. I don't challenge you. I simply say that as a fact. You also think it's okay to do stupid, dumb jokes, mocking, what did you call it? Zimmermanning me? You're killing me? So we are different people. I like to think that I'm a professional journalist, Toure. I think that you are something else, but I appreciate you joining me tonight.